This is the Katana binding from Rome, quite possibly one of my all-time favourite bindings on the market. And with more options to customise it than there are days in a season, there isn't anyone who couldn't get along with these things.
Honestly, it's so hard to fault the Katana binding. There's a reason it's Rome's top seller. Well, actually, there's a lot of reasons. Let me break them down for you. Much of the binding's character comes from this ASIM wrap chassis. So compared with Rome's full wrap chassis, which has 4 points of contact to the base plate, you'll notice there are only 3 different points here on the Katana. What this means is that the binding still has great heel to toe response, but as soon as you want to get more creative with your riding, you've got increased lateral mobility, allowing you to more freely move between the nose and tail of the board, whether that's for tweaking out your grabs or for bringing a little more surf style into your riding. This gives the Katanas a sort of Jekyll and Hyde type personality, where they adapt really well to the kind of riding that you're doing. And this versatility goes one step further with the Pivot Mount Max ankle strap brackets. You can set 8 different heights on each side of the straps, which gives you a total of 64 different strap configurations to ride. The higher the strap is set, the more powerful and responsive the binding will feel, whereas the lower you set it, the more ankle flexion that you can get and the less immediate that response is going to be. There's almost too much choice here, and you could spend half your season trying to dial in the perfect fit. What I will say, however, is that if you're like me, you'll be happy to get going on these things fresh out of the box. But it's definitely nice to have the options, and essentially you get a binding where you can tune in its freestyle or freeride performance to suit your own needs. As for the straps themselves, well, I've said it before and I'll say it again, Rome's industry-leading auxetic design is the best we've had out in test. Every one of our team, regardless of what boots they wear, what riding style they favour, and how loose or tight they ride their straps, all agreed that these were probably the most comfortable, form-fitting and secure straps that they tested. And a couple new bits for this year, Rome's first entry straps pop out in this open position, and that's going to make life easier for getting your boot into the binding. They've also upgraded the buckles, which are now made from a single piece of forged aluminium and have been redesigned for better engagement on the ladder straps. We found they stayed secure really well even when conditions were slushy and snow was starting to pack into the bindings. The high back offers a decent amount of heel to toe response, but that slit that's cut through the center allows for it to rotate and tweak a lot more freely with your lower leg, and that's something which definitely adds to the Katana's freestyle credentials. Speaking of freestyle, there is some incredible underfoot cushioning and dampening here with the DuraCush sub base pads. These are made from an expanded thermoplastic polyurethane, and as opposed to a more conventional EVA footbed, Rome claimed these hold up way better in cold conditions and continue to provide loads of impact absorption. Certainly the feedback from myself and the rest of the team was that these things were very comfortable to ride in. And that's about it for the Katanas. Of course, aside from everything I've already mentioned, you'll still find all the various features to dial in your fit. You've got things like forward lean adjustment, base plate adjustment, tool-free straps, and even an option to adjust the canting of the high back to better align with the angle of your boot. So much going on here, but even if you never tweak or tinker with the components, the Katana's already outperformed just about every other binding on the market. Pieced, park, or even powder, you've got such a reliable and comfortable workhorse with these things. That's it for this review of the Katanas, guys. If you've got any questions about them or you're wondering which Rome bindings to go for this season, then drop your questions down below in the comments. We've also got a load of other Rome snowboard reviews for this season, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and don't miss them. Thanks for watching and see you next time.